Hi, this is Vicky, also known as Dragonfly7673. It is Friday, July 29th. It's actually my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Mom. I'm going to go see her tomorrow, and yeah. So I'm trying to do kind of a really quickie video because I know I have stuff to show you, but this is my only free quiet night where nobody is home for a little while, and that's not true. Tuesday was a free quiet night, but I didn't get anything done. I just wasn't feeling it. Anyway, tonight, it's actually still early-ish. The sun's still out. It's really nice out. I want to go sit outside and stitch. Anyway, so I wanted to record though because otherwise it may be a while. So let me start. I have a little video from the other day where I talked about where I'm at with the purple hats. So let me put that in. Hi. I am currently sitting in the car waiting for best friend to finish at the chiropractor, and I'm working on purple hats. And I wanted to mention, and I don't want to forget, that Katie from the Knitting on the Fly podcast, she hasn't done the podcast in forever, but she was the one who first introduced me to the idea of the purple hats. And she wanted to let people know that she will also be collecting hats. So if anybody wants to send their hats to her, that is also perfectly okay. So that means I'm collecting and she's collecting, and of course you're free to donate wherever else you want. I did finish, I don't think I've recorded this anywhere, so I did finish. You probably just saw a little blip. It's because I dropped the phone. So I have this balancing on the steering wheel. What I was going to say is this color hat I'm all done with. I made 7 out of this color. This ball is not enough to make a full hat. If I have time, I will use the remnants to make as many more hats as I can. But that ball by itself is not enough to make a hat. So I'm now working on this color. I really hurt my hand. And so I actually was not crocheting at all, not even during conference calls. I was really kind of stressing. So I'm now crocheting a little bit, but it's pretty limited. And I haven't had a lot of conference calls either. So I'm crocheting in the car today, but I'll probably only get a round or 2 done. Probably just enough to finish this hat. This will be my 4th hat in this color. Assuming I get the same amount of hats done, that means I have 3 more to do in this color. With my hand injury, I am not sure I'm going to get as many done as I was hoping for this year, but I'll keep plugging along at it. So anyway, keep working on purple hats. And like I said, Katie said she is also willing to collect hats. So that's it for this little piece. Alright, so I did finish that hat that was in the video, and I started another one that's got like 2 more rows left to do. I'm working on it, and my hands were feeling much better, and then I did something stupid and really hurt it again, and basically it kind of started all over. So it's feeling better. I definitely have to still wear my brace while I am typing. The chiropractor was actually asking, and I said, well, I type all day. And she said, that makes perfect sense. You definitely should wear the brace then. So I wear an easy brace, the easy brace during the day while I'm typing. I wear the really stiff brace while I'm sleeping. Most nights it stays on the whole night. And then in the evenings, I've been trying to just go without the brace as long as I don't do anything stupid. Alright, so that's the only crochet. I have worked on projects. I worked on Pumpkin Passport, and I recorded a little video of that a little while ago, so let me put that in here. Alright, I wanted to film this before I put this away. This is Pumpkin Passport, Egypt. I mentioned in the last video that I had made a mistake. So what had happened is right here, this was actually supposed to be a row. so everything else should have been moved down. Well, I didn't realize I had already done the pyramid, the head, done down this leg, across the bottom of the blanket, up the other side, and was working on the blanket when I realized that right through here, things weren't lining up. So I set it aside for a little bit and just kind of redesigned part of it so I didn't have to rip it out. So everything here is one notch up because I missed that row in the neck. So the sand has an extra row. I made sure that the pink border's where it belongs, and Alright, I switched to outside as the guys are working on stuff in the basement. I'm making a lot of noise. Anyway, I adjusted things so her neck and everything is actually a little shorter. This is now one row instead of two, and then her scarf. And added the extra rows down here. It doesn't seem like much, but it did take some concentration. And then for the piece of bridle that I missed here, I just back stitched it heavily. And there's supposed to be a face on the sun, but I didn't do that, mostly because I just didn't like the face on the sun. So there's a little piece right here I didn't do because I want to wait until I get the next month to make sure everything is fitting properly. Alright, that would be it. Alright, another thing to show you is not mine. My camera's moving. But Mom finished another doll, and this one's kind of interesting. For one thing, it was originally supposed to be a bride doll. It is Louis XIV's bride. That's the pattern anyway. And Mom was never real thrilled about the idea of doing a bride doll. But she started picturing it without the veil and changing the colors, and suddenly she's got this beautiful French doll. And so that's kind of cool. The other thing is that part of the dress is actually crochet thread that she dyed herself. And she made this like spinning rack that she wrapped crochet thread around, and then she kind of splattered it with dyes. And to be honest, when she first did it, it looked god-awful gold yellow. I mean, it was yellow. I mean, I was kind of saying, well, maybe it's a learning experience. It did not look like what she was expecting. And then it dried. And it dried beautifully. She knit up a little, or she crocheted up a little piece of it, and it was like, wow. So that became kind of the that was the most important piece of it. Also, there's flowers in the doll's head. One of my employees had actually given them specifically to me because she thought that Mom could use them for one of her dolls, and that actually was how partially how some of the colors came together. So here are pictures of Mom's doll. Okay, so stitching. Showed you pumpkin passport, and this is where my sheep is at. So I really like how he's turning out. So I've got his head done. I've just started doing the chest. So basically I have to do the body and the legs. And then there's little bits of color. Like I need to do the squirrel's nose. There's a couple little pieces off the tomato. And then little ends on the tape measure. And then it's a lot of back stitching. The back stitching really adds the features. That's how you create the knitting needles. That's how you create the face on the squirrel, the lines on the on the tape measure, all the message in the middle. So there's a lot of backstitching to do once it's done, but I'm really enjoying this. I'm supposed to get this done before my knitting retreat in September. I'm hoping that was still, it popped up a little thing telling me I have low battery, and I'm hoping it was still recording. Yes, it looks like it. So, anyway, for the knitting retreat, you're supposed to have to claim something as a work in progress that you were going to finish, and because knitting and crochet is very limited right now, she made an exception for me to do cross stitch, but this was, cross stitch takes a long time. So this was the only one that I felt like, yes, this I can commit to having done by the time I go to my retreat. It's been weird around here lately because my son has been here a lot. He actually has a summer job. My guy is basically building a martial art studio, dojo space for Aikido. For quite a while they've wanted a permanent space, and they haven't had one. First they were just using space at a high school, and then they were renting space at the YMCA. In both cases, eventually they got kicked out for whatever reason. At the high school, they decided they wanted no more, not because of his group, but because of some happenings at other groups, that no more outside, non-school linked programs. At the YMCA, they're doing a major remodel, and in the process of doing the remodel, they're actually basically getting rid of the room where they train. So one of his students has a very large space, but it needs a total tear down on the inside. And so people are all kind of contributing in. My son actually has a summer job working there, doing demo and build up, and or working here, helping do things like build benches, which I'm going to show you the benches because I think they're really pretty. Anyway, that just means that things have been a little different here. You know, anytime you bring someone in, it changes the dynamic of the household. So I'm sorry if you do hear the cicadas outside. It's really, really nice outside. It's like 72 degrees. The storm's stopped. It's sunny. There's a breeze. I've got the door open, and as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going outside to stitch. This is my fantasy stitch-along. You can't see the parts are finished, so I'll have to show you in a picture in a second. But there are 6 of these diamonds in the center. This is number 5. So the 4 on the bottom are done, actually creating the August circle. So on August 1st, when that character comes out, I have the circle complete for it. That's the only circle I have right now. But anyway, this is diamond number 5, and it's supposed to get a butterfly. That's what I'm going to be working on as soon as I'm done recording. And over here, there's a snowflake, which is actually a duplicate of a snowflake already on here. There's 6 slots, 6 diamonds, and there's 2 identical snowflakes. I don't like the identical snowflake. It's bugging me. So I have designed something else to put in there, but I'm going to wait until at least see the August character before I do it, because I want to make sure it kind of fits. And I may even wait beyond that and do something else, but I will draw the diamond because that's part of creating the circles. So, but my goal was to get the August circle ready. So let me show you the picture. It will make much more sense. Alright, I'm definitely liking that one, except for I had told myself I only needed to do the 4 diamonds for August. And then I got in my head, well, because the border takes so much. I mean, it's the circles, it's the diamonds, it's the border. I thought, well, I might as well just keep going and keep working on that this month. And then the last couple times I've been like, I've gotten the outline of the diamond. But I have noticed too, it depends on whether I really get some solid time. So if I only have like an hour, I tend to do something else. Mostly play Toy Blast on my phone, which best friend got me addicted to. Alright. I'm doing this on my iPhone and I can actually see myself, and my hair is bugging me. Normally I don't watch myself while I record, I just get surprised later. But I work from home today, so I showered. It's clean. It's just I didn't really curl it or anything. All right. I also have things to show you that have come in the mail. First, these are from Knitter's Nightmare. Now, she's had a podcast for years called the Yarnivore Podcast. She knits, so she dyes yarn, Knitter's Nightmare. And she started doing cross stitch and started a floss tube station. So it's her name is Sadie. So now she's the one that she makes 2 videos, a yarn based one and a floss tube based one every time she records. Anyway, because she dyes yarn, she decided to also start dyeing silk threads for stitching. So I got, and I've worked with her yarn before, so I wanted to try the silk threads. They are about 20 meters, 100% silk. They do have individual names, but I'm not pulling them out right now. And this is a bright set, so one's more pastel, one's more bright. I have pictures of these. They feel wonderful. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. To be honest, I'm just now starting to kind of collect some stash of things that I don't know what I'm going to do with. Normally I am more of a kitted up type of person, but, so I don't know. But here, picture. All right, I also, there's a there's a Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery group on Ravelry, and somebody was saying that they wanted to sell some of their kits, and not the charts, just the fabric and floss kits. And I have my computer's shutting down. I have the chart for the cherry blossoms, and so I bought the kit off of her with the fabric. I love this fabric, and I don't think you're gonna be able to see it at all, but it is gray with iridescent, mostly green, sparkly thread. It's from Picture This Plus. However, I don't know for sure what color it is. I keep meaning to look at the original kit from Frosted Pumpkin to see what it would have been. And then it includes the floss. So she was selling it at a reasonable price, so I just bought it from her. I also, I'm missing some. Well, anyway, I bought some items off. Well, I bought Chatelaine patterns when she was, I had bought a couple before, and then I bought some when she had the 50% off sale. So I have, I bought Winter Fairy before, and then this time I bought mini mandalas and Winter Fairy again, which I didn't realize at first. And she's got a pretty strict no returns policy because of the fact that you're getting a PDF chart. But as soon as I went to save it, and I have my patterns saved very logically, and as soon as I went to save it, I was like, I already have this pattern. So I emailed her. I told her I understood if I couldn't get it back. I said I got so excited, I just bought the same pattern again. I'm like, it was bought off this same account, same email address, and so she gave me store credit for the purchase. She said she totally understood, and she could see in her records that I already had the pattern. It wasn't like I wanted to return it because I didn't like it or something like that. I'm like, I bought the same one twice, and it's a PDF. I also said in there, I understand, you know. Anyway, all of her PDFs, when they come to you, actually have your email address on them. So even if you like try and give someone a copy, it's very obvious that it came from you. Anyway, she gave me a store credit. So then I ended up buying a workshop one for Jessica stitches. I then went to European Cross Stitch and had them, I did the bead packs for the Jessica stitches and the Winter Fairy. But for the mini mandalas, I did what they call the full kit, which is everything except the DMC floss. So this is different color fabric, and I just printed this. This is the mini mandalas. And of course, this is just a printout page. This is 3 pieces of fabric to do 1 mandala per. Beads, dinky dye, I think it's dinky dye threads, and some petite treasure braid. Part of this is I also wanted to try some of these. I've heard that petite treasure braid is awesome, way nicer than Krennic. So I'd like to kind of play with it. So I don't want to open this all the way up, but basically there's 3 things of petite treasure braid, and there's beads, there's needles, 3 pieces of silver fabric. And then I did not bring it out here, but I went to the store and I got all of the DMC that goes with this. So I'm going to count this as, oh, not dinky dyes, Karen water lilies. If I had looked at this, I would know. So it's Zweigart Belfast, 32 count, 32 count linen in pearl gray. Karen water lilies, petite treasure braid. Oh, apparently those are actually 3 different golds. From in here, they look like the same because I'm just looking at the edges, but they're actually 3 different kinds. 5 colors of Mill Hill beads, and then I just locally bought the DMC. So this I'm actually going to kit up. Right now it's not kitted up yet. I have the stuff. The next week I have time all to myself here at home that I am going to be organizing things and trying to clean up my craft room and stuff like that. I also, from Under the Sea Fabrics, I'm part of the monthly fabric. When you sign up for the monthly fabric, she asks that you sign up for at least 3 months. The first month you pay full price, and then it's, I believe I have this right, that the first month you pay full price, but then the following months you get a discount. She started doing that because some people would just sign up for 1 month just to get a discount on one particular color. And this way it makes sure that you're signing up for the club because you really want to be part of the club. But I love this color. It's Dreamsicle. I don't have a picture of it, but it looks exactly like a Dreamsicle popsicle. It looks exactly like what you think Dreamsicle should look like. And it's 18 count, 18 by 26 fabric. So I think that's a fat quarter. Anyway, 18 count 8 o'clock. I like 18 count 8 o'clock. And with this, I have learned to use the linen. This is a 25 count linen. Done 3 strands of floss over 2. But right now I like the 18 count. It gives a little bit more precision to the stitches, I feel like. And it's easier for me to see than the linen. But then again, this is linen. But with the chatelaines, I figured it might be important to have the linen. So, what else did I get? Oh, my very exciting thing that just came today. These, I got 3 of them. These are 3 packs of floss. They're from China. They're from eBay. They do not have any tags that say what they are. And we have 1 tag. Now the tag clearly looks like a DMC tag. I grabbed some at random and compared the number to my DMC floss guard, and I haven't compared it to DMC. I have, because it's a random bag and I didn't feel like sorting through it. And it looks like it matches. There are a few that have this other kind of tag. That's a red tag. It says 100% eco-friendly cotton. It's got a number that's like a QC something, and then in parentheses it has another number. That other number in parentheses matches the DMC numbers. At least the ones I looked at, they match up. I don't remember how much they were each, but basically I got 3 bags of 45 skeins each for less than $11, free shipping, and I ordered on the 16th and it came today. So now, ordering from China is always a little bit of a, you know, it can go one way or the other because of customs, but this came really fast. Now, these do say on them, on some of them, well, that one doesn't say it. There's some of them say for sale PRC, which is People's Republic of China, but not all of them say it. Anyway, that's less than 8 cents a skein. Now, it's random, but I have a few patterns that are kind of patchwork patterns, and I'm like, these will be perfect for that because I don't really care. Because I don't know for sure if these are DMC, I don't want to intermingle. Like, say I need more 993. I don't know if I'd pull it out of this stash. You know, if I was intermingling it with a project already in process that used a color. But otherwise, I mean, it seems, sure looks like DMC, sure feels like DMC. Certainly will work very good for those scrappy projects. Yeah, I have some that look like they're, well, one for sure it's a dragonfly, but it's made to look like quilt squares made it up, scrappy quilt squares. So this, perfect. I also got at Joann Fabrics, I went to go get something for Mom. I did get the Halloween Collector's Just Cross Stitch. Now, I'm going to tell you, I normally do not cross stitch or things that are, I do not normally do anything that's holiday specific because it takes so much time to make, and then you only have it out for a little bit of time. So it's not usually my thing. However, I saw the previews online, and some of them I love. I love this. I love this pumpkin grid. I mean, it's 6 different patterns. Apparently, these 3 you can find online. They don't necessarily have to be Halloween. I just think they're cool looking. I only even really looked at it because Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery has a little piece in here. I like this. This is the pumpkin tree. I don't want to show the pattern, but it's like a Celtic knot tree. It has jack-o'-lanterns in it and a little owl. I think it's cute. I'm trying to find other. There's a thing in the back, but I'm trying to make sure that I don't forget things. I know there's other ones. There's a little sign that says, "Caution, werewolf habitat. Things can get hairy." Halloween coasters. I know Mom doesn't get it, but there's a sugar skull. I like the sugar skull.
So that's a pretty big one. I mean, it says on 28 count, it would be 9" by 6 2/3. So they did it on an 11 by 9 piece of fabric. There's another one in here. Oh, here it is. This one, the key the crow brought turns only one lock. It's kind of spooky, but it reminds me of like a like an Edward Poe. I'm looking. There's one more for sure I want to show you. If I was smart, I would have marked these, but some of them are, you know, very much. Oh, I get two because I forgot about this one. This one says the skeleton key. It's a bunch of. That's just a bunch of keys, but the on a pillow. But the actual stitching is over here. Here's the one that's the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Now they did, they just announced 2 clubs, one for a national parks mystery and one for, I think they're mysteries, and one for Halloween. I did not sign up for either of them, but this one is from the cover. This one's one of those like chalk art design ones. So the bottom is the chalk and the top is the one. And there's one more. I think she's way in the, yeah, she's way in the back. Her. I like her too. I probably won't ever stitch her, but she's fun. Anyway, and I do like that they have the table of contents in the back, which would have made things easier when I was looking, but I think that's everything I was going to show you this week. So I will see you guys all next time. Bye now.